Alrighty, everybody. Now that we talked about the Mattias Clement match, according to Pete.
Well, he has a ring name, Mattias Wild.
Mattias. Let's talk about Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. I hate to just go back into old habits, but man, I do not give a shit about this at all. It's a shame too, because Charlotte had a lot of potential for this Divas title reign, but I'm done already. Like, I don't care at all about this. The Paige stuff, if she gets involved, I don't care about that. If we get Team Bad involved, I don't care about that, unless Sasha Banks wins the title in some fashion. And even then, it would be a bad decision, because it would just make Charlotte look bad. Nikki Bella, like, she and Charlotte aren't doing anything for me right now. I'm just done with this whole thing. I don't care. Does anybody actually still have any kind of, like, fire underneath them about this Divas Revolution?
Yeah, the one that's happening in NXT.
Well, that one's still great. I mean, those matches are fantastic. And even Dana Brooke's been stepping it up.
Mm-hmm.
But the main roster, they're sucking again.
I actually think they've gotten worse from where they were at the beginning of the year. I pine for the days of Nikki Bella just, holding onto that title in the background and not having like anything like important to say, or thinking she had something important to say rather.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, isn't it? I think it's better when they're not doing anything.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That doesn't even really make much sense. There's no there's no punchline or anything.
Well, I was just like wrapping it up. I was like, well, that's all we got to say about that.
And Waco and Joe apparently have absolutely nothing to say.
I mean, this match is definitely going to be a match, and Sasha Banks isn't in it, so I do not care.
Drew pulling out the classic prediction that a match is going to be a match.
Well, listen, I believe if there was ever a time to say it, I think right now would be that time.
The reason I don't have anything to say about this match is because the entire feud's been utter fucking garbage. They have done nothing to promote women's wrestling in a positive light on the main roster. To suggest otherwise is fucking retarded. You've got Ric Flair's crusty old ass trying to get sympathy woos for his fucking daughter because no one gives a shit.
Sympathy woos.
I'm fucking done with this Divas Revolution. It's terrible. There was no revolution. They just slapped it on there and tried to fucking jump on all this Tumblr feminism bullshit.
I love the idea of sympathy woos. Like, I just picture people being all sad and it's like, oh, woo. Is that what his promo was about? Because I skipped that.
Oh, I think he cried.
He cries like every time that he's out there now.
Who, Big Show?
No, what's his face?
You don't even know who you're talking about.
The funniest thing is I'm actually just looking forward to the next part. So I think we're just going to cut that short. Because really, if we're talking about keeping things the way we used to do it, Divas part's almost always the shortest. And yes, I know, oh, you guys don't know how to talk about women's wrestling or whatever like that. We do. And that's just us saying that it sucks. So, part 10, Seth Rollins versus Kane. We're not even going to talk about who we think is going to win the Charlotte-Nikki Bella match because it doesn't matter. Part 10, we're going to talk about the world title match because that one does matter, even though that match is still pretty predictable as it is. And then after that, we got one more match, too. So, stay tuned, because we're going to be right back.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.